In a moment that was meant to be historic and full of joy, the streets of France turned into a war zone. Paris Saint-Germain's Champions League triumph, their first in history, ended in a national tragedy. Deaths, injuries, and hundreds arrested. The question now is, has football become a cause for chaos? Or was the joy hijacked by those seeking destruction? Finally, the dream came true. PSG beat Inter Milan with a stunning 50 scoreline and lifted the UEFA Champions League trophy for the very first time. The fans erupted in joy, but what followed after the final whistle was completely unexpected. Within hours, chaos began to spread. A 17-year-old boy was stabbed to death in the town of Dax, and a 23-year-old man lost his life after being hit by a car in central Paris. The French police reported more than 559 arrests in a single night, including 491 in Paris alone. A total of 192 people were injured, including 22 police officers and 7 firefighters. Over 264 cars were set on fire. Smoke bombs, fireworks, shattered glass, and shops being looted. Even the famous Foot Locker store on the Champs-Élysées wasn't spared from the rampage. One police officer was seriously injured by a firework and placed in a medically induced coma. This was no celebration, it was a battlefield. French President Emmanuel Macron described the events as unacceptable, promising that those responsible will be found and punished. Despite being a supporter of PSG's rival club, Olympique de Marseille, PSG, for their part, issued a strong statement condemning the violence, stating that these isolated acts do not represent their true supporters. Is it bottled up anger, a lack of control in the streets? Or were some people never there to celebrate at all, but to destroy? Police said many of those arrested hadn't even watched the match. Has celebrating a football victory become a crime? Should clubs take more responsibility for what happens off the pitch? Scenes that looked more like a revolution than a celebration. Between a glorious sporting victory and a night of bloodshed, the joy of winning was lost. Is football to blame, or has it become a spark for chaos? Let us know what you think in the comments. Should public celebrations be banned? Should clubs cancel them to protect lives? If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for the latest updates. Share the video with your friends. Let the world know what really happened after PSG's big win.